be on till morning.
Oh, right. Thanks, Esther. You know, it's a funny thing, but it's all this milk I run out of. Never out else, just milk. And if I don't get a drink last thing, well, I don't seem to be able to sleep proper. Why, it's young Tom, isn't it?
Well, I don't know so much about the young.
How are you, lad?
I couldn't be better, thanks.
Well, what are you doing round these parts? Visiting, I suppose.
No, I just thought I'd come along to see how our Esther was getting on. She's all I've got, you know.
She's been telling us how well you've been doing down in London. Gee, I'm always glad to hear of somebody getting on it well. Well, I'll be seeing you again.
I'm planning to stop a bit. That's if she'll have me, of course.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that, eh, Esther? Right, well, I shall be seeing you again.
Will, yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Esther, and I'll let you have it back first thing in the morning.
All right, Miss Sherlock, no hurry.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Well, it's nice to know you think I'm doing well.
Well, what else could I tell her? You know very well you wouldn't be here if you were.
Oh, come on, Esther, don't be like that. You don't know how grand it is to see you again.
It's no good turning on the charm to me, Tom. I'm your sister, not one of your lady friends.
Still the same old essay, hard as nails and twice as sharp.
Now, that's not true, you know.
I'm only kidding, I'm only kidding.
I'm sorry, not in the mood. Haven't told me yet why you're here.
Well, I just thought I'd come along, see how you're getting on.
Oh, for goodness sake, Tom, tell me the truth.
Well, let's talk about it in the morning, shall we?
Oh? What big miracle's going to happen by then to make it all different? You haven't changed a bit, have you, Tom? Always putting off the evil day.
Oh, come on, Fred. I'm only asking you to put me up for a few days.
When did you last eat?
Sometime this morning.
Thought so. If I had knives and forks in that top
Oh,
drawer.
good old Esther. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
You know more than I do, then. I feed stray dogs sometimes, too.
Do you want me to lay a place for you?
No, thank you. I eat my meals at the same time as other normal people.
Just like Mother used to make.
I suppose that's half the trouble, really.
How do you mean, it?
She always spoiled you. You think I'm here just to carry on where she left off. When there's nowhere else to go, it's back to Coronation Street and good old Esther.
Oh, where else can you go if you can't go home?
You haven't got a home, Tom. This is my home. I made it, and if you want a home, you'll have to make one for yourself. Because it's no good thinking you just run back here whenever things go wrong.
Steady on all that.
And don't talk to me as if I were a horse or something. It's going to happen one day when you come back and find I'm not here. And there's nowhere to run back to anymore. What are you going to do then? Where could I run to if I felt like you do?
Yeah, I know, but you don't, do you? I mean, you don't feel like I do. You don't know what it is to get the old ones a bug. You're happy staying here all the time. Honestly, yes, I envy you.
You envy me, do you? Do you think I'm happy to be happy ever after in Coronation Street?
Well, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm not.
Well, why don't you clear out
Because
then?
I've left it too late, that's why. When I come back here, I come back to people I know, people I can talk to, people who'll ask me in. I'm lonely sometimes, but never desperately lonely. There's always someone. If I went away from here, there might be no one at all. As it is, I might not be content, but I'm never completely alone.
You know, it's beyond me why you never got married.
Is it?
You must have had the chance.
Oh, yes, I had a chance. There was always that one little problem. Mother.
Well, you could have arranged something.
Like suggesting she came to live with you, for example.
Well, maybe.
Oh, Tom, now. How could you say that? Except that now she's dead and nobody's going to ask you anymore. But supposing I had asked and you'd agreed, how long would it have lasted? You'd have broken her heart, Tom.
Now, that's not a very kind thing to say, is it?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be unkind. And I really did want to stay with Mother. I'm not just being noble or anything like that. But I'd just like for once to see you face things as they are, not like you want them to be.
Look, yes, can I stay or can't I? Because if I can't, I might as well start facing up to that, mightn't I?
Where are you going to stay if you don't stay here?
Oh, well, I'll find some. Why don't you worry?
It's as bad as that, is it?
Well, yes, it is.
What happened to the garage?
The garage? I packed that up ages since. I've had one or two things since then. No, what folded on us, actually, was this television lark. You know, buying and selling second-hand sets. Oh, it had a marvellous business there. Big turnover. Joe and me were all set to make a fortune. Sitting there waiting for us.
Well, what happened?
Well, the market folded up on us. People just stopped buying second-hand televisions.
But why?
Well, how should I know? Well, actually, Joe did pass one or two dud sets through, which didn't do us any good, but it was pure accident, you see.
I see.
So here I am, you see. But it'll only be for a few days. I mean, I've got all sorts of things lined up, you know, prospects. So how about it, eh?
Well, all right then. But it can't go on forever, you know, Tom.
Good old Esther. How do you wouldn't let me down?
What are you doing up at this time in the morning? The alarm hasn't even gone off yet.
I want to catch the early bath so I can start early.
Oh, well, I wish you'd told me I could do with a lie-in. I need the beauty sleep.
Nonsense.
Oh, honestly, at this time in the morning.
All right, you need the beauty.
Yeah, I know. I just said I did.
Why don't you stop in some mornings? I can manage.
Look, if I want to get up in the morning, I'll get up in the morning, so you can just shut up about it. What do you want to get off early for, anyway?
Oh, just one or two things I have to do.
Oh, what sort of things?
Just things, you know.
Oh, for heaven's sake, what sort of things is not a secret?
Not a secret.
Well, then what is it?
Don't be so nosy.
You know, Ivan, I think you're up to something.
Of course not. What should I be up to?
It, wouldn't be another woman, I suppose.
Stop it.
Well, tell me then.
What should I tell you if there's nothing to tell?
Just come here, Ivan, and tell me what it is.
It is nothing. I'm off to work, if you don't mind.
Ooh, just you wait till you get back.
Good morning.
Oh, you have a good night.
Oh, yes. Wonderful, wonderful, thank you. I feel a new man this morning.
Oh, good.
Aye. Grand.
Look, I've put a spare key on the table. If you do go out, for goodness sake, don't forget to lock the door.
Well, we're going out, all right. I'm going to see how the prospects are.
Prospects here? I thought you were going back to London.
No, I didn't say so, did I? You know, it strikes me this London lark's wearing a bit thin. Oh, it was all right in the good old days, you know, streets paved with gold and all that, but it strikes me if you want to make money these days, the best thing is to go up north like I've done. Oh, yes. London's not all it's cracked up to be, you know.
Oh, taken a long time to find that out, haven't you?
Yes, I suppose you could say I came up the hard way.
Oh, but Tom, you haven't come up. You're still just where you started all those years ago. You haven't got anywhere.
Now you're being unkind again. Look, Esther, everybody gets a break sooner or later, don't they? Well, I'm just waiting for mine, that's all. And when it comes, I shall grab it with both hands, and then you'll see. You won't say I haven't got anywhere, then by Jove you won't. And I won't say I told you so either. Because it's not your fault you don't understand.
Oh, but what don't I understand, Tom? What are you looking for?
A chance, Esther, a chance. Oh, yes. I know what you want me to be. One of those poor devils that sweats his soul out from 9 till 5 for some fat, gutless wonder, with 5 squalling kids and a wife that spends half the time dreaming about some fancy film star or other.
Yes, but half those poor devils, as you call them, got a lot that you'd like to have.
Oh, you don't understand her. She never did. It's only Mother that ever understood.
I hope you're right. I hope she did understand. I hope she didn't die thinking you were wasting your life away like I do.
Oh, come on, Ness. It's going to be all right this time. Honest, it is. I've just got that feeling.
Last time you had a feeling, you borrowed £20 from me, and I don't seem to remember getting it back.
Have I asked you for a penny?
Oh, not yet, you haven't, but if you do, that's just about all you'd get, because I haven't got it to give you.
Ah, you'll get that £20 back with interest. Wait and see.
Oh, Tom, look, just how long do you expect to stay here?
Well, I mean, I don't know, do I? I've got to look around, to see what the prospects are. Rome wasn't built in a day, you know.
As far as I know, you're not planning to build another Rome. And I've got to know, because it isn't true that 2 can live as cheaply as 1.
I'll look after the housekeeping, all right? Don't you worry.
Thank you. I'd rather not rely on that.
Oh, come on, let's don't be like that, love. It's going to be all right this time, honest it is. Come on, Ben. Come on, be optimistic like me, eh?
Oh, Tom, you're hopeless. You really are.
That's right, then. You have a good laugh. Go on.
Dry as a whistle.
Well, that means you haven't had breakfast.
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't. I got up late. I'm in a bit of a rush. Well, you better get off then. No goes waiting around me for make you a cup of tea.
I'm not in all that much of a hurry.
Oh, honestly, getting round me to get your breakfast.
Look, I only asked you for a cup of tea. There's too much trouble, Mrs. Chevesky.
It's perfect. You better eat that toast too. Nobody else will. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. It's a good job I got here before the cat, isn't it? Oh, while I'm here, you might as well have me club money. It'll be 2 weeks. Oh, and when you see him, you can tell him for me. If he comes knocking at my door at 11 o'clock at night, he'll get a bucket of cold water thrown over him. Or worse. How are you feeling?
What do you want to know for?
Well, there's no charge for asking, is there?
What's so special about today?
Well, it's not Mother's Day for a start. I can tell you that. Why?
Well, it's just that Ivan got himself up and ready for off without so much as a word. And come to think it, he must have fiddled the alarm, too, so I didn't wake up. And then you come in and start asking me how I am.
Oh, well, pardon me for breathing, but I am your mother, you know.
Come on, Kathleen, why don't you say it's the baby you're worried about?
Well, at the moment, it's very hard to tell one from t'other. But if you prefer it, how's my grandson?
Oh, I wish you'd stop calling him his grandson. Anybody think it would be a boy? Got me at it now, honestly. It just makes Ivan keener, and if it turns out to be a girl, I shall probably get me card.
Oh, give over. He'll be as proud as Punch pushing that pram down the street, whatever's in it. Have you ordered your pram yet?
Have we ordered one, have we, Heck? I've seen one I like, though. It's in Rosamond Street.
Oh, well, what colour are you thinking of having?
White with duck-egg blue trimming.
White in Coronation Street. Are you balmy?
All right, sky blue pink with yellow dots on.
Are you thinking about a two-seater?
A two-water?
Two-seater, you know. Twice one, two.
No, I don't count my chickens before they're hatched. Honestly, some folk are never satisfied.
Well, you never know.
Well, we probably will have a two-seater then. Well, I know it. We'll have an orange box on wheels. Where the money's coming from, I just don't know.
Oh, give over and give me a cup of tea.
You know, about all I remember about history is the Battle of Hastings, 1066. And I could only remember that because of that verse. You know how it goes. On his horse with his hawk in his hand. I was never much at remembering dates.
Oh, well, history's a lot more than dates, you know. It's mainly people. Well, us here, we're history.
Well, I felt a bit ancient at times, lad, but I've never felt that ancient.
Well, history in the making, then, if you like. You know, what we eat, what we wear, how we think, how we vote.
No one's interested in how I vote, I'm sure. Unless it's the chap I didn't vote for on account of him not getting in.
No, they are, you know. If the way people like you vote, they can make history. I mean, suppose they had a vote just before the Battle of Hastings and Harold hadn't got in. Well, there might not have been a Battle of Hastings.
Aye, I suppose that's true enough.
Well, there you are, then.
That's hot. You mean you might have played it at Eastbourne instead?
Oh, go on, you're not a bit interested.
No, I am, honestly, though. I mean, but it's just that there seems to be so much supposing. I mean, it seems to me that things happened, well, it's happened. I mean, what's the good of supposing what might have happened if it didn't happen? Oh, go on, get on with your breakfast.
I get in just the same state about to sort out all those letters.
Ah, well, every man to his trade, you know.
Hello? What are you two on about, then?
We're not on about anything. We're just having an intelligent conversation. How it can.
Come on, what's it all about, then?
Well, I think it's a bit above his head, don't you, Dad?
We'd better talk about something a bit more simple, like, so he won't feel out of it.
Big heads.
Hello, love, I thought I heard you. Up here's your breakfast. I think I'll pop over and see Grandma when I finish work today.
Oh, what for? She's on the mend, isn't she?
Well, you know how it is, Frank.
Well, one thing's for sure, it's our Ken's turn to do the cooking.
Well, you only have your tea to bother about. I'm not stopping.
Only tea? I can burn water.
Now then. If your mother wants to go, she'll go.
I'm not kidding.
Well, it's no subject for joking.
Well, I know it's awkward, Frank, but I want to see how she is.
Well, I'm not kidding, honest.
Well, I'm worried about her, you know.
Of course you are, love, of course you are. Happen to be pleased to have someone to worry about you one of these days. Look, as I wish you'd stop grumbling and grousing. She feels bad about going.
I'm sorry, it just slipped out. Just thinking about how Ken's cooking.
I shall do it, you know, just so I don't have to suffer yours.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's room for improvement from pair of you.
Do you stock spinach onion soup?
Oh, yes, that's the new one they brought out, isn't it? Do you like it, then?
I'll let you know when I've tried it. I'll take 4 tins if you don't mind.
Yeah, I've got a new box in, but it won't take a minute to open it.
One of your people round to see me yesterday.
One of my people?
You know, one of them nosy parkers that comes round wanting to know why you buy more of one sort of stuff than another. Wanted to know what I had for my dinner on Friday. Brains, I said. Brains, she said. I said, yes, brains. I said, and if you don't know what brains are, you better be moving on to another job. Good afternoon.
Well, there's your 4 tins of soup.
There's your 4 coupons.
Well,
2, 3,
I'll be with you in a minute, but I'll only need 2 coupons, you know. 1 free tin for each coupon with each one you buy.
Who said anything about buying?
Well, that's the arrangement, you see. 1 free one with each one you buy.
Doesn't say anything about buying on here. It says exchange this coupon for 1 free tin of spinach onion soup. Quite plain and simple.
Yes, but at the bottom there in small print.
Oh, I never read small print. Do I get it or don't I?
Well, yes, if you buy one.
Oh, it's one of those, is it?
Well, it's to see if you like it, see.
Oh, well, that's a pity, isn't it? Because I shall never know now, shall I?
Well, don't you want them?
Indeed, I do not. They're not making the guinea pig out of me at my own expense. I'll take a quarter of mint humbug.
I'll have to open a new bottle in the back. Oh, and I'm now in no hurry. You can serve this chap if you want.
Oh, I won't take a minute.
Well, how are you these days then, Mrs. Sharples?
Hey, it's Tom Hayes. You know, I thought I recognised your face.
I recognise yours, all right.
Are you being personal?
No, it's a compliment, really, because I've not a very good memory for faces.
Oh, just so long as we know. What brings you up here?
Oh, business, you know, business.
Oh, you're down London way. Have you made your fortune yet?
Oh, well, I'm doing very nicely, thanks. I can't complain.
What's your line of business then?
Well, you might say my latest venture was television.
Is that so? That's very interesting. You know, I'm having a bit of trouble with my set. It keeps going peculiar from time to time. Now, what do you suppose that might be?
Well, that's very difficult to say without seeing it, Mrs. Sharples.
Well, as a matter of fact, of course, it's round at her friends, but it could be arranged. You know, he could arrange it, but she wouldn't want it done for nothing, you know.
It's not under a guarantee, then?
Well, it might have been 10 years ago.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Well, of course, if it's too much trouble.
Not if it's for you, Mrs. Sharples, not if it's for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'll knock on your Esther's door, and I've made the arrangements.
Aye, by the way, there's something you might be able to help me with. I wonder how I might be fixed with credit here. You see, I emptied my pockets for Esther, thinking I had a couple of fivers tucked away, and then I found I hadn't. Most embarrassing.
Oh, never mind about that, lad. You ask her for what you want, leave it to me.
Aye.
Do you know, they've forgotten to put the mint on bugs in.
Oh, they would, wouldn't they? Well, never mind. You can serve this gentleman while I have a look round.
20 cigarettes, please. This'll do fine, thanks.
Oh, well, that'll be 4 and a penny.
I wonder if you'd mind putting them on my account. I seem to have come out without any change.
Oh.
Put them down to Esther's.
Yes, but Esther...
Oh, well, you wouldn't know who this gentleman is. You're only new here. But this is Esther's brother from London.
Oh, yes, I do know Mrs. Sharples. We've already met.
We have indeed, yes.
Well, it doesn't seem to do you much good. You know, the living credit on London, you know, they might have the odd copper for buses and that, but it's mostly credit. Very sensible, too, if you ask me.
How long are you staying?
Well, I haven't just made my mind up yet.
That'll be nice for Esther.
Thank you, Mrs. Sharples.
Right, well, while I'm here, I'll have a packet of ginger biscuits and a bottle of sauce, and you can, throw me in a half a pound of streaky baker cut then, and put it down on my account if you don't mind.
Oh, thank you, Miss Green. Can I help you, madam?
Yes, I was looking for a pram.
A pram, yes. Well, we do sell prams here, as you can see. Have you anything particular in mind?
Well, I thought something on 4 wheels would be nice.
On 4 wheels? I think you'll find most of our models are on 4 wheels, madam. How about this one over here, for example? Very popular model, that. Very popular indeed. I dare say we sell more of that model than any other type in stock.
Ah, well, you can throw that one out for a start. After all, we don't want the same as everybody else has got, do we? Want something a bit different, eh?
Oh, how about this one, then? Very sturdy model, very reasonable price. Nice individual styling.
Yes. What's it like to ride in?
To ride in? Well, I can't speak from personal experience, of course, but it's extremely well sprung.
Trouble is, you see, we don't want black.
Oh, we get this model in a variety of colours, madam. Well, had you any particular colour in mind?
Yes, white with duck egg blue trimmings.
White with duck egg blue?
I don't like blue myself. I don't think it's my colour, do you?
Primrose.
Oh, primrose, yes, that's very nice, but I'm afraid it'll have to be what I first said.
Yeah, well, if you want that model in those colours, madam, there may be a slight delay. It all depends how urgently you require it.
Well, the baby's not due for a few weeks yet.
For a few weeks? Well, I dare say I can get another one, then.
No, well, I'd like a two-seater.
Just let me see my catalogue, madam. Now, we can get that model in those colours. I'll just telephone our other branch, see if they've got a
No,
model.
hey, don't bother. What about this one? Had you forgotten you'd got it?
Oh, that one, yes.
Yes, well, that's the one I want.
Yes, there's been a great deal of interest shown in that pram, you know. Only the other day, a young lady was in here, but unfortunately she couldn't give me a definite order. You know, we like to reserve these when we
well,
can.
I'm paying cash.
Cash? Oh, well, I dare say I can get her another. Consider this model yours, madam. Delivery this afternoon, you say?
Yes, that's right. It's not every day you're a grandmother, is it?
No. Beg your pardon?
I said it's not every day you're a grandmother.
Well, really, madam, I must compliment you.
You didn't think it was me that was having it. Wait till I tell our Linda when I get home.
Well, that wasn't bad, was it? Wasn't bad at all.
I've no need to kid me. It was awful, and you know it.
You can't be an expert at everything, you know. The trouble is, we're spoiled by your mother, and it wouldn't do us any harm to realise that once in a while.
Here's to being spoiled.
I'll go. Right,
She's worried about Gran, isn't she?
Aye, and I should hope you'd be worried about your mother, too, if she was old and living on her own and no one to look after her.
You know I would. I reckon I'll go and visit Gran on Saturday. Cheer her up a bit.
I was hoping you'd say that, Len.
It's Mr. Tatlock, then.
Oh, come on in, Albert, and join the happy throng.
I've just brought this quarter of tea for your rider. She lent me a packet t'other day.
Ah, well, thanks. Well, she's not in at the moment, but anyway, we'll keep it with us. It'll come in handy before the end of the week.
Well, you won't forget to tell her I brought it. I wouldn't like her to think I'd forgotten.
No, don't you worry.
Well, sit yourself down, Mr. Tatlock. I'll get you a cup of tea.
Right, thanks.
You can safely offer him that, don't you, Ken?
Well, you ought to know. You made it.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be all right with that, Mr. Tatlock.
Hi, thanks very much. Ida working?
No, she's gone to see her mother. She's been off colour, you know.
Oh, Ida is?
No, her mother.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's nothing serious.
No, she's been up and down a lot lately, you know, and, well, we don't know what to think, really.
If Gran wasn't so stubborn, she'd come and live with us. She's too old to be living on her own.
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Tatlock. I didn't think.
No, of course you didn't. Well, can't expect young'uns to think about things like that.
Well, all I can say is it's time we started thinking about things like that. You like your independence, don't you?
Aye, I do, lad, I do. And I reckon your grandmother doesn't all.
I think that's about all there is to it.
I don't know about all there is to it, but as far as I'm concerned, there's a bit more to it than that.
Hello, Ida. Love you back early. How is she?
Oh, she's not half bad, hello,
Hello,
Albert.
Ida.
Mrs. Harrison's looking after her for a day or two, so I thought I'd come straight back and see what kind of mess you lot have got yourselves into.
Well, I like that. So the right smashing tea we just cooked, Ken?
I don't know where you get this wheat from. It's me that cooked it.
Ah, well, I think the least we say about that, the better.
Well, I've got some news for you.
Oh, well, come on, let's out with it.
Well, you know how obstinate she's always been when I tried to persuade her to come and live with us.
Aye.
Well, she's given in.
Gran given in? I don't believe it.
She's given in. She said she'll come as soon as we can manage it.
Well, I wouldn't have believed it.
Oh, it's come then, has it? Ma'am, it must have cost you a fortune. Never mind what it cost. You like it?
Oh, it's more than I wanted or expected.
I can change it, you know.
Oh, I don't want it changed.
You notice it's a two-seater?
Yeah, what's Ivan going to say about that?
Never mind what he's going to say. It's what he's going to do that counts. Actions speak louder than words. You know, it's balanced.
Balanced.
For two.
Mum, I'm having one.
Oh, well, you're not going to stop at that, are you?
Oh, I can just imagine it. A thumping great 2-year-old at one end and a newborn baby at the other. Blood'll rush to its head.
Oh, trust Madam to be awkward. Look, you thank your lucky stars you're having your kids now and not 20 years back.
Oh, I don't know so much when you read the newspapers.
Oh, newspapers. Never bother about what the newspapers say. Just you have your kids and do your best for them.
What's going on in here?
Even though it doesn't make any difference.
And I've no need to ask what that were about because I can guess. Hey, you've been lashing out of it, haven't
Oh,
you?
I didn't bite. Mum did.
Well, good for her. Mind, if you don't watch her, she'll spoil him, same as she spoiled me.
I never spoiled you.
No? Well, that's funny, because you're always saying you did when it suited you. Hey, I look all right behind this, won't I?
Did I hear her right? Are you actually volunteering?
I'm his uncle, aren't I? Well, I will be when
Well,
he gets here.
Can't wait to see it. Do you mean you don't mind me buying this pram for Linda?
Why should I mind?
Well, in that case, have this.
What's this?
Well, go on, open it. It's for you.
Hey, look at that.
Well, you've been wanting one of those for ages. Now you've got one. Hey, yes, Anne. Let's give him a surprise.
Turn it round.
Well, you get
You're out there anyway.
Never mind. Shut up, shut up.
Come on in, then.
Well, heck it thump.